Greetings to SACRAO and congratulations on our 50th. I'm Frank Spain. I was your 1967 president, and at that time had been at the University of South Florida for 8 years. USF had been in operation for 7. SACRAO itself was all of 20 years old as it held its annual meeting in Dallas. What a leader SACRAO has become in the intervening years. 1967 issues, concerns, challenges, and rewards centered around growth and interinstitutional. There was tremendous growth in the new colleges and universities opened in that era. Tremendous growth in student enrollment, growth in student unrest and protest. At my own institution, for example, it happened that my office adjoined the president's office, and there was kind of a secret installation of a buzzer system whereby if his office became occupied, he could hit this buzzer and it would sound in my office, which was a signal for me to call the campus police. That was mild compared to what happened in other locations. Luckily, the buzzer never had to be used. There was tremendous growth in selective service certifications and all of the processing that went with that. And this is where the interinstitutional comes in. There was a growth in student mobility from one college or university to another, be it in-state or out-of-state. Thank goodness there was growth in establishing a lasting network of professional, personal colleagues to cope with all of this other growth. Interinstitutional dialogue became much more frequent and much more precise. SACRAO played a vital role in all of these areas and has emerged as the standard by which other professional associations are measured. I'm very fond of words. One of my favorite words is lagniappe. Lagniappe is a French Creole term which means something extra, the 13th cookie in the baker's dozen, the smile with the service. To me, lagniappe personifies the spirit of SACRAO. For example, you keep retirees on your mailing list with newsletters and materials such as this for the convention to be held in February. These materials reached me 3 days ago. We appreciate that. We appreciate the fact that the past presidents have an opportunity to present through this type tape their perspectives of how things were when they were active. It truly is lagniappe. You might recall that I became SACRAO president while just in my 8th year at USF. That was a terrific honor considering the age of the institution, and I'm sure considering my qualifications. With all of the 1996 rhetoric about the campaign process and with murmuring already starting about the year 2000 campaign, it occurred to me that you might get a kick out of how I conducted my campaign to become SACRAO president. At a Louisville meeting of SACRAO, John Weems and I were having a 2-person coffee break and had just sat down at the coffee table when Ken Vickery, who was then at Clemson and who later went on to become SACRAO president, approached us at the table and explained that he was on the Nominations and Elections Committee and was looking for a new member to join that committee and asked if I would be interested in serving in that capacity. Of course, I was overjoyed and assured him that I would indeed be interested. Having completed the business, Ken stood to leave, and in standing, he somehow knocked over my very full and very hot cup of coffee right into my lap. He was somewhat embarrassed. I think it affected the political process, perhaps, because somehow I was catapulted from being a member of the Nominations and Elections Committee to becoming president of SACRAO itself. Again, congratulations to SACRAO on its 50th. I urge that today's SACRAO active members keep up the listening, keep up the learning, keep up the leading, keep up the lagniappe. And by the way, if you think that you might aspire to become SACRAO president someday, you may want to hang around the hot coffee urn every chance you get. Thank you very much. Every good wish.